You're up 11 at East Carolina at halftime. Goes the other way. You fall by 3. What changed between the first half and the second half the other day?
Our defensive intensity was definitely something that fell off going into the second half. For what reason, I don't know, but we tend to get comfortable with leads and start to pay less of attention to detail on defense, and that's something that we spent a lot of time emphasizing in practice today. So we're steadily inclining, trying to focus on becoming a better defensive team, because offense alone won't win us anything in the long run.
What were some of those breakdowns defensively? I mean, I know they got like 10 threes, something in the second half maybe, or close to it. Where were some of those breakdowns that you saw?
There was a couple times I took myself out of play, gambling, forcing rotation when we didn't need to, just not staying solid when we had short clock situations, not contesting on wide open jump shots, just not taking a foul or contesting a shot at the basket. Just little things that add up over the course of the game.
You had a couple teammates who struggled finding their shot. Was there something unusual or unexpected in the defense that ECU threw at you guys?
Not at all. We were getting great looks the whole game. It's really the defense that really cost us that game.
I'm curious, just because obviously you're having such a good start to the season. Have you thought about, if you might test the waters or something? I know it's still a long way away, but after the season?
I try not to focus on it. I kind of just take things day by day. If at the end of the season, that's something I would talk obviously to my family about and my coaching staff, see if it's a good fit for me. But right now, my main focus is winning the conference and winning a championship. Hopefully, going a really, really long run in the NCAA tournament.
Houston, obviously, I mean, this is a big game for you guys. Just to get back on track and really, have pick up a win. That would be a signature win for you guys. I mean, is that how much do they kind of stress the importance of playing, Houston for that purpose?
I think we take every game as serious as anybody would. There are some things that they do really well that we try to focus on to prepare going in. Like they're a really, really good rebound. I think they lead the country in rebounding, offensive rebounding. So we have to focus on blocking out and not letting them get second chance opportunities. I think if we improve on defense the way we were preparing today, then we should be in good shape.
You mentioned the rebounding. That's something Coach Jankovic has talked about a lot this year. And I think you got out-rebounded by a couple against East Carolina. Was that an energy thing? Was that something about the shot selection and the way the ball was going up? How do you attribute that?
Just not blocking out sometimes. Like I said, we get comfortable with the lead and start creeping into the paint on long shots, and long shots cause long rebounds. So a lot of those are just go over your head, things like that. But we're trying to focus on becoming a better block-out team and putting ourselves in better positions to get rebounds.
On the offensive glass, how much do you guys practice? I mean, or is there like a kind of a strategy? It always seems like somebody's flying in or just trying to, tip it in or tip it out. I mean, how much do you guys practice that type of, offensive rebounding?
I wouldn't say we practice it. We have a lot of athletic guys, so coach just tells us crash the offensive glass really hard. We all have our own individual techniques, I guess.
Yeah.
But I guess the popular one is just run really hard one direction, do a little shuffle step, and then go the other direction.
What would you say your technique is? And then Ferran and maybe like Tyson, these three guys are all seem to be really good.
I don't know if I'm going to give you this formula.
No, yeah?
I'm going to keep that one.
I'll have to look at the tape.
Obviously, you guys are all competitive guys. Your first two losses, Georgetown and Georgia, not conference opponents. With this one being against an AAC team, does that make it linger a little more? Does that change the way you approach trying to bounce back and get a different result Wednesday?
Not really, because there is such a quick turnaround. It does hurt because we did have the game. We had a double-digit lead, and we definitely should have won that game. But it's a quick turnaround. We see them again, I think, next week or the week after that. So they have to come here and try to repeat history. But I think that with the improvements that we're focusing on making, that won't happen again.
One thing Jay says is he likes the fact he feels like that no matter what, this team is going to have a lot of effort. You know what I mean? And it's just, and you see it when you're watching, and at least I see it. Like, there's always going to be that. I mean, do you see a difference? Maybe you've been at Duquesne, you've been here. I mean, when you kind of look at your experience, is this team a little different in that area?
My freshman year, we did play hard. We were just really inexperienced. Didn't have anybody that had really played a lot of winning basketball, I'd say. We've been around, a lot of guys have been around it here and know what it takes. We have a coaching staff that has a lot of NCAA experience in the tournament, so they preach to us a lot of philosophies that are winning philosophies. So it is a new team this year as well, but we're all buying in, seeing what works. So I think effort is the first thing that you can ask of any team. If we keep playing as hard as we do and listening to the things that the coaching staff focus on, I think we'll be in really good shape.
You talked about this being a new team, and this was your first road game in the conference play. Going into Houston, do you think you kind of learned something from that and this team has kind of gotten over that hump, or do you think that's not really a factor at all on the road in the conference?
I really like the character of this team. I really do, because of all the road games that we've played. We had double-digit leads in all of those games. So we're composed and know how to play together. It's just how we handle leads. I don't think it matters where we play, because we're going to give that effort night in, night out. No matter if the ball's going in, it's bouncing off the side of the backboard, it doesn't matter. We're going to come in and play hard. So I think that's what I really like the most about the team. We're going to fight.
Houston has a bunch of new players since last year, and from what you've seen, what are the biggest differences from the team you played last year compared to the group you're going to see Wednesday?
Last year's team shot the lights out. They had some guys that could really, really shoot it from deep. This year, I don't think they have elite shooters like they had last year, but the similarities from this year to last year, Coach Sampson is a great coach, and he like Coach Jank emphasizes, playing really hard and rebounding. So it's going to be a battle. It's going to be a real battle.